Hi everyone, I'm Katie, a Montessori infant toddler teacher and registered early childhood educator. In today's video, I'm going to talk about why Montessori teachers don't encourage children to share. The reason why Montessori teachers don't encourage children to share is because for children under the age of 3, sharing doesn't come naturally. We want to follow a child's natural development, so we typically don't ask children to do things that their brains aren't ready for yet. Children typically prefer solitary play until approximately 15 months when parallel play begins. Parallel play is when children are working next to each other or in proximity to each other but aren't exchanging ideas or materials. They're just simply beside each other. You've probably seen this at the playground, during play dates, or other times where you're with other young children. Now, it's also important for me to point out that when I'm talking about play in this video, I'm specifically talking about play with other children. Playing with parents is a different story because it's so much more than just playing when you're interacting with your parents, right? It's love, it's attention, it's care, it's attachment, it's all those sorts of things. So you might find that your young child is willing to share with you, but when it comes to other children, they might have some difficulty with it. Children under 3 simply are not developmentally ready to share, and it takes years beyond 3 to understand the benefits of sharing and working with others. And by understanding that they aren't developmentally ready to share, we can have more empathy for them while they learn to figure it out. So here is how the concept of sharing is introduced in a Montessori toddler classroom. This is how I introduced sharing to the children that I have taught over the years. So in Montessori classrooms, there is only one of each activity. The children share all of the materials on the shelves, but they are also free to work with their chosen material for as long as they want. So if a child is working with a spooning activity and there is another child that expresses interest in that activity, the child that is working with the activity is free to work with it for as long as they want. We never ask the children or suggest that they put it away because somebody else would like to use it. It's entirely up to them to decide when they're finished. It's only when the material is returned to the shelf that another child can have a turn. So this is introducing the concept of my turn, your turn. The child that is working with the material, that's their turn. And then when it's back on the shelf, it's somebody else's turn. So you can see from a very early age, we are teaching the children, we are showing them how to respect others. And this includes not interrupting them if they're working on something. Something that I like to help put this into perspective is imagine that you are on your phone. As adults, I think we all tend to spend some time on our phone. So imagine you're on your phone and your partner or your friend comes and just says like, I want that. I want your phone. I need to use it. Now, as an adult, you might be thinking, sure, yeah, you need it, I'll give it to you. But imagine you're in the middle of something and you're really enjoying what you're doing. You're playing a game or you're writing an important email or whatever it is that you're doing. Now imagine you're a child and you don't have the capacity to put yourself in the other person's shoes or understand that that person is going to give you the phone back when they're finished, or that they might, they might not have your phone for very long, etc., etc. For a young child, this is very difficult. The idea of asking them to stop what they're doing and because somebody else wants to do it is very difficult for them to understand, and often can result in big feelings because they're disappointed that they had to give up the toy that they were really enjoying playing with. So if we go back to the idea that there's only one of each material available to the children in the classroom, there's definitely a learning curve. This is something that I really want to emphasize. It takes time and practice on the children's part, and it takes time and patience on our part while they learn. For the first few months of school, I would spend a lot of time gently saying to the children, so-and-so is working with that, you need to wait your turn, Just wait for it to be back on the shelf and then it will be your turn. It was never punitive, just gentle reminders to wait their turn and that they will have a turn. They just have to wait for it to be back on the shelf. Part of my role as a Montessori teacher was to protect the concentration and focus of the children. So we spent a good chunk of time working on this. Every year, with every new group of children that I taught, we definitely spent at minimum, I would say the first 3 months of school working on this. So in the home, as parents, you can do the same. If you see your child playing with something and you see another child approaching them to take it, help them with this, or vice versa if they take a toy from another child. Get down on their level and use simple language to explain that they can take turns. And this leads me to my next point, which is give them the language. While young children are developing their language skills, it's important to keep in mind that it's easier for them to express themselves with their behavior rather than their words. So part of our role as a teacher or as a parent, as an adult, is to help them to learn the language. And you can help them to learn the words by being a role model. As I said earlier, in the classroom, I would help the children to find the language, but our goal was for the children to eventually be able to say it for themselves. So let's say an opportunity presented itself, a child was working with a material, another child is approaching and has taken that material from the child. So what I would do is I would get down on the children's level and encourage them to say, "Stop, this is my work. Wait your turn." So you can imagine for toddlers, they would often use a simplified version of this, as they would either say stop or wait or my turn. But either way, they were clearly expressing to their classmate that they did not want them to take their work, that they were not finished yet. When the expectation to share was removed, it helped the children to build confidence. It helped them to develop their focus and their concentration because they knew that they were going to be able to work with their chosen material for as long as they want, and that they were learning the language to empower themselves to ask their classmate to stop because they're not finished yet. As your child is learning to play with others and take turns, it's helpful to stay close by so that you can help to facilitate these interactions once they present themselves. The good news is that after a few months, you will probably find that you don't really need to be as close by because your child will have the language to be able to express to the other child that they need to wait their turn. So my final point on how we introduced sharing in a Montessori toddler classroom was that we would play a lot of turn-taking games. You can practice taking turns, or you can practice turn-taking when playing with your child. My turn, your turn. Teaching your child how to take turns helps them to develop an awareness of others. That's a really important part of learning to share, is an awareness of others. Understanding that there are other people that are also playing, we need to be respectful, etc., etc. One of my favorite ways to introduce turn-taking in the classroom was with a basket of blocks. So here's a basket of blocks, for example. So what we would do is I would have a floor mat, we would sit together, and we would just take turns building a tower. So I would put a block down, and I would say, my turn, and I would put a block down, and then I would say to the child, it's your turn, and then they would choose a block, and they would put it on top. And then when they were finished, I'd say, it's my turn, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, until you have built a tower. So not only was this a great way of introducing a turn-taking game to a child, but it also helped me to learn if the child understood the concept of taking turns. If they didn't, that was okay, but it told me that it was something that we needed to continue to work on. Another great way of introducing turn-taking to your child is by playing board games. And there are actually some really great board games for children as young as 2 that we have available in the shop. Our most popular game is definitely Monkey Around. This is a really great, fun, easy, active game that you can play with your child to just introduce the idea of my turn, your turn, my turn, your turn. So Monkey Around. We also have Snug as a Bug in a Rug. It's a counting colors and shapes game for children 3 years and over. So if you're interested in board games, check out our website. You'll see our entire collection. But board games are a fun way of introducing turn-taking and cooperation and working together, those types of things. Puzzles are also a great tool for turn-taking, especially when you're introducing a new puzzle, or if the child is working with a puzzle that they find a little bit tricky and need some help with, is that you can take turns putting the puzzle back together or taking the puzzle apart. My turn, I'll put the lion in, you put the giraffe in, etc., etc. You can also take turns when tidying up toys, again with a basket of blocks, when the children at school would sort of inevitably dump out the basket of blocks, which most children do and they really enjoy, and there's no problem with it at all. It was a great opportunity to teach them how to take turns with tidying up. So because the mess was a little bit overwhelming for them, I would ask them if they needed some help, and then we would take turns. I'll put a block away, and then it's your turn to put a block away. I'll put a block away, and then you put a block away, and so on and so on. I think you get the idea by now. At the end of the day, it's important to remember that your child will learn to share. Sharing is a really nice thing to do, right? And I understand from my work with parents that it can be really concerning when your young child seems unwilling to share with others. I hope this video has helped you to understand that young children just aren't developmentally ready to share yet. But with your help, they will learn, and once they're ready, they'll start sharing. I'm going to do another video on preparing your child for play dates and the different stages of play, so look out for that in the future. But for now, I'm going to wrap this up. I hope that you found today's video helpful. If you're interested in bringing Montessori into your home, check out our at-home program. I will link to it in the description below. Please give our video a like, subscribe to our channel, and I will see you next time. Bye!